Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most vital, hardworking, and honestly underappreciated organs in your entire body. We are talking about your kidney. All right, let me just start by asking you a question. What part of your body works 24/7, filtering your entire blood supply, every last drop, around 60 times a day, and never, ever gets a break? You got it. It's your kidneys. These two little bean-shaped powerhouses tucked away on either side of your spine, they're truly the unsung heroes of your body's entire internal world. But just calling them filters doesn't even begin to cover it. It's a massive understatement, really. A much better way to think of them is as the body's master chemists, juggling a whole suite of incredibly complex and vital jobs. Okay, so the filtering part, we all kind of know about that. But just look at this list. Your kidneys are basically a hormonal command center. They're sending out signals to manage your blood pressure. They're telling your body when to make new red blood cells. And they're even flipping the switch on vitamin D to keep your bones healthy and strong. So you see, they're not just cleaning the blood, they're actively managing the whole shebang. So how on earth does this amazing little machine actually work? Well, to really understand its power, we've got to pop the hood and take a look at the blueprint. The real workhorse, the thing doing all the heavy lifting in the kidney, is a microscopic unit called the nephron. And the scale here is it's staggering. You have about 1 million of these in each kidney. So that's 2 million tiny, sophisticated filters all working in perfect sync to keep you alive and well. Think of it like a 3-step assembly line, okay? First, blood gets forced through the glomerulus. It's like a high-pressure sieve that pushes all the liquid out. Next, that liquid travels down these long, winding tubes, and these tubules are incredibly smart. They act like little gatekeepers, pulling back all the essential stuff: water, nutrients, minerals, you name it. And finally, what's left over? Just the true waste and extra water. That's what gets sent down the collecting duct to become urine. It is a brilliant system of filtration and reclamation. So now that we know the how, let's talk about the how much. Because the sheer scale of what this little purification plant handles every day is, well, it's jaw-dropping. Get this. Every single day, your kidneys filter about 180 liters of fluid. How to picture that? That's enough to fill a standard bathtub to the brim. Your body processes an entire bathtub of fluid every 24 hours. Wild, right? But wait a minute. If they're filtering 180 liters, a whole bathtub, why do we only produce, maybe 1 to 2 liters of urine a day? Where is all that other liquid going? And here's the answer. It all comes down to their incredible efficiency. Over 99% of that filtered fluid is meticulously reabsorbed, pulled right back into the body. Your kidneys are absolute masters of conservation, reclaiming nearly everything and only getting rid of what's truly waste. But, of course, this finely tuned system, it's not invincible. So we need to talk about what happens when this incredible machine starts to falter. Okay. 2 of the big conditions that doctors always look for are nephrotic and nephritic syndromes. Here's a super simple way to remember the difference. Nephrotic has a big O in it, and that stands for a massive loss of protein in the urine. That can lead to stuff like swelling. Nephritic, on the other hand, has an I for inflammation. That's where you see inflammation of the filters, which leads to blood in the urine and high blood pressure. And beyond those 2 syndromes, the kidneys can face all sorts of other threats. I mean, it can be anything from a sudden sharp drop in function, that's called an acute kidney injury, or AKI, to the absolutely excruciating pain of kidney stones, to serious infections, and even genetic disorders that can disrupt their entire structure. Okay. Enough with the problems. Let's shift gears to the most important part of this whole explainer: prevention. How can we protect these powerhouse organs and keep them running smoothly for a lifetime? So, how do we even check up on them? Well, doctors basically look at 2 main things: function and structure. For function, a simple blood test can give you your eGFR, which is kind of like your kidney's filtration score. And a urinalysis can check for red flags like protein or blood leaking out. For structure, imaging like an ultrasound or a CT scan can literally take a picture to see if there are any blockages, cysts, or those dreaded kidney stones. And this brings us right back to what you can do. The most powerful actions you can take are directly connected to the kidney's main jobs. Since they manage blood pressure, keeping your own blood pressure under control is huge. Same goes for blood sugar. Reducing salt literally eases their workload. And staying hydrated? Well, that gives them the fluid they need to do their job in the first place. See? It all connects. So we've seen just how complex, how powerful, and how absolutely essential your kidneys are. They're your body's silent, tireless purification plant. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Knowing everything you know now, what's one simple change you'll make to help protect them?